Good morning, students. Today we will start with our third chapter, which is Introduction to MS Word 2013. In this chapter, we will learn about word processor and everything related to it, like its advantages and various other details. So, now let us start with it. The first question which arises is that what is a word processor? Word processor is an application software used for typing text on the computer. It helps you to create letters and other documents using different styles and colors, which is not possible in Notepad. That means word processor is an application in our computer system which is used for typing documents and other essential things. It also has various accessories to style our documents. There are many word processing software available. Word from Microsoft is the most popular one. There are others like Pages from Apple, Writer from OpenOffice, and Word Perfect from Corel. Let us learn about the advantages of using a word processor. There are many features of a word processor. Some of them are: you can create, save and print the documents. That means we can have soft as well as hard copy of our desired document. You can make changes in the saved document whenever you want. Therefore, we can style our documents as per our need whenever we want. You can copy, paste, move and delete the text within our document. You can change the font type, color and size of the text. Hence, you can style your documents accordingly. You can add pictures and tables in your document. You can check the document for spelling and grammatical errors, hence avoiding any superficial mistake. You can also add page numbers, date and borders, etc. to the document. Let us learn how to start MS Word 2013. MS Word is a software which is part of the MS Office package. To start Word, follow the given steps. First step is click on the Start button, then All Programs, then Microsoft Office 2013, Word 2013. This will open the start window of Word 2013. If you have already used Word 2010, you will find only a few changes. Select the blank document option to create a new document. Let us see now the components of the Word 2013 window. The different parts of the Word 2013 are shown below. We have 5 tabs: horizontal ruler, quick access toolbar, vertical ruler, vertical scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar, title bar, document window, status bar, view buttons, zoom slider, dialog box launcher. We will learn one by one about them in detail. So first we will start with title bar. The title bar is placed at the top of the Word window. It contains the name of your document and the program name. It contains the quick access toolbar on its left side and a group of 3 buttons on the right to manage the windows. The 3 buttons on the right are minimize to reduce the window, restore down or minimize to enlarge the window, and close button to shut the current window. As already mentioned, minimize window will reduce the window to a small icon on the taskbar. Maximize or restore down button is used to reduce the size of the window. The same button is pressed again to bring the window back to the original size. There is another button to the left of the minimize button, the ribbon display option button. You can use this button to hide or show the ribbon. Next, we come to quick access toolbar. This contains the commands which are used frequently, such as save to save the document, undo to remove any changes, and repeat to rewrite something again. The next is ribbon. The ribbon lies just below the title bar. It consists the different tabs. Each tab is divided into groups. For example, home and file are tabs. Font and paragraph are groups in the home tab. Each group has a set of related commands. Dialog box launcher. The small arrow icon at the right bottom of some groups is called the dialog box launcher. It is used to display the additional commands related to that group in a new window. With the help of these tabs and groups, we can style our document or change its appearance as desired. They also help in text alignment, hence they are very important and useful tools. Now next is document window. It is the area where you can type. There is a blinking cursor which moves as you type. That means it is the main area where we type our documents. Next is File tab. The File tab is located in the top left corner of the window. When you click on it, the Backstage view or info page appears, which contains the option for opening, saving, closing, printing or sharing the document. Next is scroll bars. Scroll bars helps in the movement of the page either up and down or right and left. There are two scroll bars. The horizontal scroll bar is used to move the page left and right. The vertical scroll bar is used to move the page up and down. Next is ruler. Ruler helps in the alignment of the text. There are two rulers. The horizontal ruler is used to set the left and right margins. The vertical ruler is used to set the top and bottom margins. Last but not least is status bar. It is found at the bottom of the window. It shows the current page number and total number of pages on the left. On the right it has view buttons and the zoom slider. Zoom slider is used to zoom in and zoom out of the page. Now we will move to creating a new document. Let us run to create and type in a new document. Click on the File tab. Click on New option in the left pane and choose Blank Document in the right pane. A blank new document will open with a blinking cursor. It will have the name as Document 1 in the title bar. Now you can start typing your text from the keyboard. Next is saving a document. You can save the document you have created so that you can use it later. Click on the File tab. Click on Save As in the File menu when you are as saving the file for the first time. In the center pane there are three options. Select computer. Click on browser in the right pane. The Save As dialog box will open. Select the location where you want to save your file. Type a name for your document in the file name box. Click on Save button and thus your file will be saved. Now let us learn how to open a saved document. You can open a document which you had saved before. Click on the File tab. Click on Open option in the left pane. Select Computer and then click on Browser. In Open dialog box, select the folder where you had saved the file. Select the file. Click on Open. Let us now learn how to close an open document. Click on File tab. Click on Close in the left pane. If you try to close a file without saving, Word will display a message box asking if you want to save the file. Click on Save if you want to save the file, otherwise click on Don't Save. Now we will learn about editing a document. You can make changes in a file which you have saved before. You can change the color and size of the text that you have typed. You can make changes in the entire text or in some parts of it using the font group of the Home tab. Let us learn how to do it. Open the file computer which you have saved before. Select the heading. To do this, place the cursor to left of the first letter, that is U. Now press the left mouse button and drag it to the end of the heading. Release the button. You can see the selected text is highlighted in gray. Click on the Home tab. In the font group, click on the drop down arrow of the font box. Select any font. We are selecting Times New Roman. Similarly, click on the arrow next to font size box. Select a size. We have taken 18. Now click on the arrow next to the font color. Select a color. We have chosen red. Similarly, change the color, font and size of the remaining text. Save your file by clicking on the save icon or floppy in the quick access toolbar. With this, we have completed our third chapter. Hope you all have understood it well. Question and answers and exercises of this chapter will be provided to you. Write the question and answers in your notebook and do the exercises in your textbook itself. So we have completed our midterm syllabus with this chapter. So study well. Thank you.